Here we go. We begin in the American League East Division. Pecota has the Yankees finishing first, ahead of the Rays, Red Sox, Jays, and Orioles. 36.4 for the Yankees, 32.5 for the Rays, 30.1 for the Red Sox. Blue Jays at 28.5, and the Orioles finishing last at 21.5 games in the win column. Now, the first thing that jumps out to me is the Boston Red Sox, and I think Pecota hit this dead on. I see Boston as a 500 team this year. A little bit better, maybe give them an extra win, 31 to play it safe, but I think they got Boston right. Now, another thing that pops out to me here is the Rays, Tampa Bay Rays. I think Pecota cut them short by probably 3 or 4 games. I think they're going to be right on the Yankees' tail all season long and probably finish around the 35 to 36 win column. The Yankees, I think that's right. Give them a game or two. I would say the over-under is probably 37.5. A good chance to finish atop of the league across the American League and National League, but I'd say about 37.5 for the Yankees. The last thing that pops out to me in the division, obviously I have the Orioles finishing last, but is the lack of respect to the Toronto Blue Jays. I've talked about this a lot. The Toronto Blue Jays are a young ball club with tremendous talent, and 28 games is just not enough respect for them, for me. I see them pushing the Red Sox for that third spot, and you may call me crazy, but that's how I truly feel. I see this team being a 29-30 win team and pushing 4 or 500, even possibly better, with a possibility of getting a wild card spot down the stretch if they get a hot start in the beginning of the season. We know this is short season, anything can happen, but this is definitely a team to look out for, and Pecota has to understand that. We stay in the National League East, and guys, this is by far going to be the most interesting division down the stretch and possibly all year long. If you look at Pecota's standings, the first thing you see is that not one team really stands out here. This is going to be close the entire way, but there's a couple things that definitely jump out to me. First of all, I don't see the Phillies finishing under 500. If, in the worst case, they're a 500 ball club, but I think they're probably going to finish around 32 to 34 wins, and I mean that. The Braves, this is the biggest insult to a great ball club. 30.3, you have them at a 500, as a 500 team? Are you kidding me? I got them at 34. The Nationals, I see them as more of a 500 team than the Braves. So I'm going to put them about there, about 31.5, about 500, a little better. And then the Marlins, very similar to the Blue Jays I spoke about. This is a team that could push 500. They're a very good ball club. They made a lot of good accusations. They're not the Orioles or the Royals guys anymore. We have to believe that. And finally, the Mets. This is another good team that I think sticks around with the Nationals, pushing for third place. And you heard it first. I got Nationals, Braves, Phillies. Phillies and Mets are fighting for that third place spot. We'll see, but make sure you stay tuned here at MLB Marathon for the latest. To the AL Central, and guys, I have not looked at the other divisions yet, just the ones we've discussed in this video thus far, but amongst all of them, this has to be the most accurate division that I have seen. I honestly don't really have any adjustments that I would make to the standings. I think the Indians could give the Twins a good run for their money here. I think the Tigers are going to surprise some of us, maybe at 27 wins. The other team I would adjust here just a tad is the White Sox, with the announcement that Kopech won't be a part of that rotation, choosing to opt out in the 2020 season. I think that affects them. I do think they finish under 500 here. But as far as standings go, as far as wins percentages in the playoffs, this is very, very accurate. And Pecota absolutely did a great job on the AL Central. I don't know what direction the Royals have to go in as a franchise. They got the World Series, but I really want to see that franchise pick it up some in the next coming years and really have a good shot at doing something because I enjoy the Royals in the American League. NL Central. This is another one where I'm a little confused on what I really think about this division. This is another very, very, very good division, similar to the NL East. It's going to be so close. We've seen this division be close in the past. It's going to be just like that again. I do have the Cincinnati Reds winning this division, and surprisingly, I'm giving them an over-under of about 34.5 wins. This is going to be a very, very good ball club. I have the Cardinals taking second over the Cubs. Cubs I actually have finishing fourth. I don't think they're a bad ball club. I think they're probably right about where they're at. I just think the Cardinals and Brewers outperform them down the stretch and get off to a good start. And they're going to take the Cubs spot. The Pirates, we know what the Pirates are. What will they become? Their future still lies, I don't know where. We'll have to ask Jake Sabodnik what their future looks like. But aside from that, this division is going to be so competitive. I do have the Reds, Cardinals, Brewers, Cubs, Pirates as the outcome for the NL Central Division. This division is going to be fun. The American League West. Now, please listen to me before I give you my analysis. I'm not being biased here. I even said that the Tampa Bay Rays have a great shot at taking the AL East from the Yankees. I'm not trying to be biased against the Astros, but I do not see them having 36 wins at the end of the season. And to be honest with you guys, I have them at about 33.5, just a tad bit better than 500 Ball Club. And you might call me crazy, you might ask why, but they lost a lot in that rotation. I'm not sure what Verlander can really do. What is their rotation without Verlander and Greinke? Obviously, they have Urquidy. The lineup is filthy, don't get me wrong. But I think the Athletics and the Rangers are going to give them a run for their money, especially the Angels. There's so many good teams in this division. But if I had to give you my 1 through 5 for the American League West, not East, West, this is what it would be. The Oakland Athletics, the Los Angeles Angels, the Houston Astros, the Texas Rangers, and the Seattle Mariners. Now, don't think this is going to be a blowout like Oakland's going to run away with this division. That's not the case. It's going to be very close. I just think that one of these teams surprises us, and I think that the Astros are going to come out of the gate struggling a little bit. Yes, I don't have fans to boo them and to give them crap. That's just the vibe I'm getting from them. I do want to say, and I want to make it clear, I could totally see the possibility of the Astros running away with this division and it being an absolute blowout right out the gate. But here's some possibilities I want you guys to keep an eye on throughout the season. We finish this off with the NL West. Now, let's start by saying they did get the Dodgers right. The Dodgers are going to run away with this division. And I believe that. I strongly do. 38.5 is probably about right. I see them finishing around there. 39 maybe. Good chance at 40. But what they did not get right here, guys, is that they believe that no other team in this division is going to finish above 500. They have the Diamondbacks coming close, about 500, which is wrong. I think they finish at like 33 wins, if I had to guess. But the other team that could be a sleeper here, that we haven't really talked about sleepers much in this video, but I'll give you one to end it. The Colorado Rockies. They're going to finish above 500. Mark my word, and I'm sure my good friend JT Colapetro would have a lot to say about that. But the Colorado Rockies have such a great offense that they're going to make a good push in this short season.